Hey, what's going on? My name is Brian Bauer, and today we are here to check out the new Schecter lineup for 2024. And one of the more controversial guitars is out, this year. We'll get to it. You know what one already. If you click on this video, you know exactly what one. Anyway, it is NAMM weekend, and I'm on the diagonal opposite of the continent. Maybe next year I will make it to NAMM 2025 or something. I think NAMM would be a really cool experience, at least for a day. Looks a little on the overwhelming side. I don't have enough subscribers for that one yet just to be let in. But to those 2,000, some of you who have subscribed, you are awesome. This is going to be another one of those long videos. Somebody asked me at one point, can you do a longer video? And I said, for this stuff, it was a bit of a critique. But the last one I did on Ibanez was about almost 40 minutes long, and it did very well, a lot of engagement. So today we're gonna try to get into the Schecter site. Might get into more than just the new ones, but we'll get into some guitars. All right, without further ado, let's just, get at it. All right, I'm gonna go jump straight to the main one that everybody is absolutely loving to hate right now. A man that may not even realize he's cringe, a master of marketing, has another signature guitar. And this time it's not a Tele. It's a weird, boxy looking Razorblade with one pickup that looks like a hip shot bridge. And my first critique right now of this guitar. Well, okay, we know it's Machine Gun Kelly's. Apparently, he likes cocaine. That's what this implies, 100%. Okay. I'm looking at this. You got a Razorblade body, and they should have made a little mini Razorblade neck, or a little mini Razorblade headstock. You know what I'm saying? That, I think, would have been funny. Now, they're obviously tooled up to do this from a production standpoint. Yeah. Now, this goes right back to the Schecter kind of Monster Energy drink kind of bro kind of deal. Papa Roach kind of fanboy kind of. The Schecter that some people know, and Schecter is known for making some of the most beautiful, production guitars at not hateful pricing, really. Like, very competitive with the rest of the market. Then you got this thing. Just taking a look at it now as it's going along here. So it's string through body with it. Looks like I got a hip shot bridge. That's pretty cool. It's probably not very heavy. Fluff did a review on this. I think it'd be fun to try. It would be hilarious to have this on the channel. Yeah, I'd pick it up and try it just for the hell of it. Would I buy it? No. All right, and I'm going to throw a controversial take in here. Some Machine Gun Kelly's pop punk music was actually pretty dope. I don't really care what anybody else says. Some of the better pop punk came out in a while, to be 100% fair, at least in the popular realm. I'm not going to talk for everybody. Some people love to hate him. I don't know what he's like. We're not here to talk about this person. This guitar. Let's go through the specs. Okay, so it's metallic silver. Well, why would it be any other color? It's a Razorblade. Schecter locking tuners. That's a pretty good feature. I just find the headstock in this thing just so out of place. Tell me in the comments. What do you think? Should it be the mini Razorblade? Yeah. Ebony fretboard. Again, pretty cool. 3-piece maple neck. That's pretty stable. Maybe more stable than him. But stable. It has that X. Okay, I'm gonna go back up here to this inlay. I kind of dig the inlay. I have no gripes with this inlay. Luminlay, glow in the dark side dots. Those are fantastic. I've got those on 3 guitars. Love them. 25.5-inch scale, what I expect. I'm sure the neck on it's perfectly fine. 22 frets for this is cool. I don't think they really. Anybody who's making a Razorblade does not care about fret access up here. And frankly, to play Machine Gun Kelly songs, you don't need access to that. They don't care. There's literally. Some people say the only way you can improve this guitar is just to never make it in the first place, I'm sure. Graph Tech Nut. The specs on this really aren't that bad, guys. I mean, the body shape is crap, but it's probably not even horrible. So it's metallic silver, we know that. Hardware's chrome. I swore. No, it does have a hip shot hardtail. It does say that. It says basswood, bolt-on neck, right-handed. Knobs, metal dome set screw. That's cool. We don't care if the strings come on it. Case is a universal case. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Would I buy this? I mean, this is such a fun guitar to hate. But I'm gonna put it to you this way. If you're Machine Gun Kelly, you can do anything. You want to do something ridiculous? A lot of people have made ridiculous guitars in their day. I mean, Gene Simmons of Kiss, you can say that. Andrew WK, although it wasn't a signature you could buy, but he had that pizza-shaped one and stuff. I mean, I'm sure that was worse than this in some senses in terms of, like, you know, ergonomics and stuff. This little Razorblade might not be so bad. But yeah, does this have a level of tack to it? I think it has a little bit of tack to it. It's not a classy guitar. It's not supposed to be a classy guitar. It's very much what I'd expect of old Schecter. I really don't blame them for making this. And another thing too is that for them, because sometimes these moves, people will say it's stupid and whatnot, but sometimes these moves are smart. You know why? Because there's videos about talking about this, and it keeps Schecter relevant, you know? Not that they really necessarily need it, but anything gets people talking is free marketing, and here we are talking about it. So you can tell me your thoughts in the comments on this one. Overall, I mean, it's a no from me. I don't want it. Would I love to try it? Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. All right, let's get back at her. This is the Aaron Marshall AM6. I have to say, I'm sure the comments will agree, it's a better looking guitar. $13.99 US dollars. A little more coherent than the last one, you know, matching headstock. Probably a little less money too. I think it is. You know, non-locking trim. Love the look of this, actually. It's really quite nice. And the inlay is actually really nice on this. And one of the other thing that's really nice about this too is where you adjust the truss rod. It's just like you just use an Allen key here by the neck pickup and by the neck pocket. I think that's really great. So just looking at this now, I like the neck joint like on that. It actually looks good. The back of the neck looks really nice in that photo. I don't know if let us go through them. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know how this non-locking trim would be, but let's read it. It's a Goto trim, so I'm sure it's pretty good. I've got the non-locking Strandberg trim, and I don't know, man, I'm pretty sold on that thing, so I'm sure this one's pretty good too. So, Satin Royal Sapphire is the name of the finish. Hip Shot Grip Lock Tuners. I don't know if those are locking tuners. Yeah, they're locking tuners. Yep. Grip lock. Yeah, they are. I'm not an expert in everything and this stuff. Like, I don't know every product that's out there, every little thing. There's so much to keep up with. So, roasted hard maple with 2 carbon fiber reinforced steel rods. Illuminated with black circle, 25.5-inch scale, thin C. This thing probably plays like butter. 24 jumbo frets. A little bit better access than the last guitar, but hey, we were over this. This one should have it because we're playing intervals at this point. If you're that good, I'm not. Graph Tech nut. See, Schecter makes guitars with really, really nice specs, okay? For the price point, guitars have gotten to be crazy expensive, but you'll see some brands, like I've seen some Fender stuff, and like I wasn't really impressed for the price and the specs. And Schecter, I can't say the same thing. I can say I have much more positive impressions on reading the Schecter specs, and I've played plenty of Schecters, and I know Schecters are really good. Let's see, is basswood body. I said the Goto 510 tremolo. It's got this, 5-way switch to master tone and volume, and it has Schecter USA Aaron, Marshall, Solstice, and Equinox pickups, and also this O-ring knobs or something. That's cool. Okay. In terms of pickups, I would not be afraid of having the Schecter brand of pickups in these. A lot of stock pickups have gotten really good over time. And I'm sure these Schecter ones are no different. It's just wires wrapped around poles, like metal pole pieces. And I'm sure that this thing is absolutely fantastic for the price. I would say, yeah, this is a win. If you want something with a Floyd Rose, you might want to look elsewhere. Overall, I think that's pretty cool. All right, here's the one. We're going to get into a couple of these. This is the John Browne Monuments. If you guys have not checked out Monuments is a really cool band. Atlas, I think, was a song. It was really cool. Atlas and Regenerate. Those are really cool songs. That band's gone through a lot of lineup changes over time. In the gent modern prog space, they're probably one of the better bands, to be straight up honest. Okay, this guitar right now. They used to make these in purple. I remember a year ago they were purple. Now they're like this, what do they call it? Azure. So some sort of blue-ish thing to me with, looks like natural sides and back. And I think it looks really good. Love that dark neck, like the back of it. This is a really nice looking guitar. It looks like things are probably only fixed bridge, so probably no options for trims, but that's okay. So let's see. It's got the same tuners as the last one. Ebony fretboard, wenge, maple, purple heart. Okay. Yeah, that'd be really nice. Luminlight glow in the darks. Again, a thin U. The other one's thin C. I'd like to try this one. I'd have to try it out. This would be a different guitar than the last one, but this is definitely what John wants over what Aaron wants, so makes sense to me. 25 jumbo stainless steel frets, cool. Gravtech nuts. Again, a hip shot fixed bridge. And they have Schecter pickups too. So Schecter obviously is more inclined to put their own pickups in than go to aftermarket. Makes sense from a business perspective. These ones are called the Colossus and Chaos Breaker. And these ones are metal, has knobs that are metal knurled with set screw. Neat. Really neat. I don't know. Okay, so guitar like this with a Gravtech nut, hip shot bridge, like fixed. The tuning on this, the stability on this should be fantastic. Easy string changes. It's pretty basic. And a lot of times guitars should be basic. They don't need to be some super overcomplicated thing with every feature under the sun. Like what I like is that these are features that are actually good, like the Gravtech nut, something that's useful. Really nice hip shot bridge. These are things that people want. You know, and it looks good. This is a pass from me. You guys can tell me in the comments if you like the John Browne Signature. This is a 6-string. There's a few more. Let's take a look at the 7. It's going to be about the same kind of specs, so we're not going to go too crazy into it. But this is a 27-inch scale. Now, okay, because John plays gentler stuff and he down tunes, 27 for tuning stability is going to be awesome. This is a rhythm machine. I'm sure it shreds. Now, I have a 26.5-inch Solar, and I do find it a little bit hard to solo on sometimes. I still prefer 25.5. Personally, this is for what I play at the current moment. I probably wouldn't go for this, only because I don't want a guitar with that kind of crazy scale. I don't really see me using that low of notes sometimes, and I do like playing 7 strings. This is not to knock the guitar. I don't tune to drop Q. So keep in mind that inches make a difference in almost every aspect of life, including your guitar playing. And if you are a shredder, you might want something else. If you got like super long fingers, it's pretty cool. Bends are going to be harder on this guitar. So if you're in the market for something like this, especially if you never really like dived into playing 7 strings and down tuning and all that kind of stuff, like if you want down tuned rhythm gent machine, this is going to be absolutely fire. You were looking for more of a shredder, maybe not tuning to drop G or something like that, I would consider getting something with a shorter scale length. Maybe try 26.5. 25.5 is still an awesome 7 string, especially if you're just playing in like standard and stuff. But this is going to be a good detuned one. or down-tuned one. I think it's the same tuner stuff. It's a Winge Pedig 5 ply neck, illuminate. It's like mostly the same kind of deal as the 6, but a longer scale. And I was expecting 26.5, but it is 27. I just want anybody who's looking into something like this to keep that in mind. If this is the guitar you want for really down tuning, it's going to be awesome. If you're a shredder, maybe consider something else. All right, let's look at this one. This is the 8-string version. Now this, I don't have an 8-string. I had an 8-string for a little bit, and I would honestly consider maybe trying this, although I'd like to have fan frets. Now 27-inch, this is the same as the 7-string, but in the 8. Some people say you need the 28-inch scale for that note, for that 8th string. I think the one I had was 27 on the lowest string. It was a fan fret though. In this case, you do want the 27. Obviously, this is going to be another one of those rhythm machines. Yeah, you can probably sell on it, no problem and whatnot too. If you're like into that, I still think it would be harder. I think for this one, if I had to go between the 7 and the 8, I'd go for the 8-string here. For the sole fact that I kind of think the 27 would work well, especially like it's not that bad to play it. If you want an 8-string, you guys can tell me in the comments what you think. Would you go for the 7 or would you go for the 8? Personally, in this case, I would go for the 8-string. And also look at the detail on this headstock. I think that's really wicked. Like it's kind of got that black, it's not a binding, but like that, just that black outer layer. I think that looks really cool. Yeah, again, absolutely beautiful guitar. I think it's the same kind of pickups as before. All three of them are cool. I think in this case, I'd go for the 8-string, even over the 6 in this case, if I had to pick one. All right, we're gonna jump into this one because I don't know who this is for. Glassjaw. Don't know Glassjaw. So maybe they're a cool band. Maybe I should check them out. This is a Justin Beck signature. Justin Beck Ani. Annie. Okay, this looks more along the Strat line, natural finish. It looks really nice. I actually really like the maple fretboard and the inlay on this. I actually think that the 12th fret one's pretty cool too. It's kind of unique, kind of like the X's on the Machine Gun Kelly, but maybe a little bit better. Because, let's be honest, it's all natural. It looks like the back of it is pretty sweet, and this has a different set of locking tuners. I think those are Planet Waves. They're another D'Addario Auto trim locking is what they are. So the fretboard materials, hard rock maple, because you're gonna play hard rock on it, right? Thank you so much for applauding me for that amazing joke. You guys are the best audience ever. Okay. Hard rock maple material, neck with 2 carbon fiber reinforcement rods. Inlays are black blocks and a 1993 in the 12th fret. Lumen lays with black circle on the side dot markers. Let's see if we can get a picture of that. Is there a picture of that? I'd like to see that. Schecter, did you not take a picture of that? Oh, come on, Schecter. I wanted to see that. I don't see a picture. Either that or I'm blind. All right, that'd be cool. Vintage C, so a little more traditional in this case. 24 jumbo frets. What's the price point of this? It's a little less. It doesn't have the stainless steel. I think it should have the stainless steel, considering that Harley Benton and some of those are coming with stainless steels for a lot less money than what this thing is. Okay. Gloss natural, black, flat top, blah, 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 swamp ash body. This is a Schecter Diamond Vintage Tremolo. So this one isn't spec'd out as much with the Goto or anything. USA Apocalypse pickups. I'm sure it's still fine. I've never used one. If you've used one, you can write below. Overall, I think this is a very class-looking guitar, man. Very classy. I quite enjoy the look of this one. I don't know who these guys are or Glassjaw, but whatever. Okay, here's a popular one of the guys who probably helped make Schecter guitars a whole lot better in the last decade, and it's Keith Merrow. And we have another signature from Keith Merrow, and it's the KM7 Mark III Artist L with a really wicked looking, kind of cool, tropical kind of finish to this. It's got an exotic look to it. Really nice inlays. It's a 7-string, as you can tell. I already like where the jack is in that, the output jack. Beautiful looking neck. Schecter has the best backsides I've ever seen. Maybe not ever seen, but they're really, really nice backsides. Okay? Like really nice. Like just look at that. Just look at it. You gonna complain about that? I'm not. I'm not complaining about it at all. So they call this one Lagoon Fade, that finish, which is, I think is pretty cool. Maybe not my first choice. The hip shot grip lock seems to be a pretty popular option with Schecter. 9-piece Wenge maple purple heart with 2 carbon fiber reinforcement rods. Offset reverse aluminum circles. Luminlay glow in the dark. Side dots. 26.5-inch scale. Okay, so a little more familiar to me. You guys can tell me below, though, would you prefer 26.5, 25, or 27 for a 7-string? I think for some things, the 26.5 feels pretty good. It does on my Solar. I've played the KM7 before, the same thing, and it's still a little long. I still prefer soloing on the smaller guitar. One thing with 26.5-inch scales, though, like this guitar, is that when you are up here, actually it's a little bit easier to fret some of the notes because the frets are just a little bit wider, and I think it is kind of nice. I do find bending a little bit harder on them. You don't need to have super thick strings. Also good for down tuning. I think between this and that the John Browne one, I'd go for this. Now you guys can tell me in the comments what you think. Let's see what else we're talking about here. What else do we have? This one has Lundgren pickups. M7s, which is kind of neat. Why did I think Keith was with a different company, though? I don't know why I thought maybe... Excuse me. I don't know why I thought maybe he was with Fishman or something, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't follow him enough. I was listening to Conquering Dystopia earlier and yesterday for the first time in a long time, and man, what a band. They were awesome, and I kind of hope they come back, so... Really good stuff. Price point of this one is a bit higher. So she's spec'd out nice, but it's got nice pickups, and it's got Hipshot 7 Ibanez like style bridge, which is actually kind of neat. And man, like that body looks like it's very, very comfortable. But you know, it's got a nice backside to it as well. Nice front side to it too. That whatever they call it, the Lagoon Fade. Pretty sweet. You know, okay, we've looked at all 7 of these. Tell me what one you'd choose if you had to choose one of the 7. For YouTube views, the Machine Gun Kelly one would be hilarious. Man, you know what? Because I have other guitars with 2 humbuckers that are 6, 7-string. I think if I had to pick one of these right now, I would go with the John Browne Tao 8 because I don't have an 8-string. I think I'd like the scale length on that. I do find some of those notes get a little bit low, but it's so fun to try to play Sleep Token and stuff on an 8-string. I do kind of miss trying to learn Sleep Token riffs. But just because overall, I think that I don't need a 7 that's 27-inch scale, but an 8 I think would be cool, and I don't have an 8. So, but you guys can tell me more wherever else. Let's see what else is kicking around. Let's just see what else is floating around. There's basses too. Let's just take a look at the basses while we're here. There's only 3. Again, apparently Justin Beck plays bass too, and it's very similar to his guitar. I don't know absolutely sweet F all about bass sometimes. Like I know some, but it's kind of very similar. Schecter vintage open gear tuners and stuff. Luminlay 34-inch scale. So this is more traditional, like Fender Like a lot of the Fender basses are 34 inch, but like my Ibanez BTBs are 35. So 34 is quite nice to play, especially in standard tuning and whatnot. But you know, all right, the 21 jumbo frets, monster tone. I don't have a lot to discuss here. It looks like a Fender, I'd say a Fender P bass by the looks of it, and I don't know, man. With the Schecter quality, I'd consider it. I'd also consider the Fender too, but I think these are pretty sweet. That looks pretty sweet. I don't know who's this Charles Berthaud. I don't know who's Justin Berthaud, who he plays for. EMG pickups. Looks like some sort of abalone inlays that look kind of neat. I mean, this is actually like, I don't know how to describe my thoughts here. It looks like a neck through body and stuff too. Rosewood fretboard and all that stuff. I don't know who this guy is. Abalone offset dots. Again, 34 inch scale. Graphtec nuts. EMG 35 hertz pickups there. 35 HZ, I guess. And a battery compartment is 18 volts, which is cool. I don't have a lot I can say. I don't know. I'm going to look up right now who is Charles Berthaud. Who is he and who does he play for? I'm curious. Oh, maybe he's a YouTube bass player. Oh, and it's Berthaud is how you say his name. Charles Berthaud. Sorry, Charles. I'm guessing he seems like I think he's a YouTube bassist. Everything come out seemed to YouTube. Okay, so this is his signature bass. Apparently, he is pretty awesome. He was in the Jared Dines Shred collab, so I was on the Jared Dines one of his videos. I didn't make it to the main video, but I got to be in one of them, which is actually pretty cool too. So that's awesome. And there's a left-hand version of that. Neat. Is there anything else we can go through here? We're almost. I think we're about done. I just want to see. Screw it, we're already here. Let's see what else is here for 6 strings. Some of this stuff I've gone over before, so maybe they don't have a huge new lineup or anything, but let's load the next page up. Let's see. Is there anything neat we can look at? Some of these are looked at last year, so I'm not really super like. Yeah, whatever. I've seen those before. Let's see, there is a 7 string that keeps popping up here when I was going through there. Yeah, sure, yeah, okay. Let's get rid of this cookie thing. There was one. Where did it pop up at? It looked really nice. No, I'm not seeing it. This video is just dragging on at this point, boys and girls. I want to take a look at this one. This has got quite a fan to it. I kind of like fan frets. Like I have one. The Strandberg is a fan. I've played the 8 string like this before. What is the scale length on this one? It's. Where do they have this listed? I want to see it. I'm trying to find where the answer. 25 to 27. Which, honestly, like, sometimes, like, for something with 27, we were on this scale, like, thing earlier I kept talking about. I think, actually, it would make more sense to have this one, for me personally, because you get that super low note in the 27, because 27 is not bad, but 27 all the way through is like, I don't know if I like that a whole lot. This would be freaking cool. I'd consider this. I want to try, there was an 8 string. I want to see the one I do like. I'm just going to take a look at. It's one of the ones that I do find to be a little bit on the more class end of things. Is this multi-scale Rob Scallon? What's this one? It goes from 27 to 25. I've been told 28's a little bit better in that sense, but I like 25.5 inch scale, and then you get that on your thinnest strings, and you get the longer scale on your thickest ones. Let's see, this has like the hip shot bridge and the grip blocks and all that stuff. Actually, this is a very nicely spec'd guitar for what it is. It would still probably cost me like $2,000 Canadian, but Yeah, ebony fretboard. Anything else? 24 jumbo frets. It should have stainless steel though. It's the only thing, but it's got a Graph Tech nut on it. I don't know. It's like these frets. I wouldn't let it stop me from buying it. But I just think guitars at this price point should have stainless steel in 2024. But hey, what do I know? Again, really nice looking heads. I always think these look absolutely fantastic. All right, well, that's enough for this one because I'm gonna film another video tonight here too. Yeah. Overall, I think there's a few things. Maybe I'm just a little bit behind on the website. Maybe I had to come back for a round 2 of this video in case they release some more. They might have a drop at some other point. Who knows when? But overall, personally, I think out of any of the ones I would get, it would be the 8-string. And then for the views, I would get the Machine Gun Kelly. Just because people just wanted to go on the hate wagon for that. And it just would be fun. It's such a ridiculous guitar. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. You can tell me what you liked in the comments below. And hopefully this creates a discussion like the last video I did, because a few of you talked a lot in the comments. And I really do appreciate when you guys do that, which is really cool. So anyway, if you made it this far, you can please click the like button for me. The subscribe button if you haven't done that already. If you want to click the notification bell, that's always awesome too. Other than that, man, I think we've said enough of the Schecter website today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys all in the next one. See yas!